California homeowners, was your home or property damaged by wildfires? Even if you have already filed an insurance claim and received a check, you may still be owed more compensation. Don't risk leaving money on the table. Call Galindo Law now for a free claim review. We'll tell you if your insurance company may still owe you compensation. Call 1-800-251-1533 or visit galindolaw.com.
It's episode 276 of Vegas Revealed. We get you ready for 4th of July. Find out what's going on here in Las Vegas, from fireworks, viewing parties, shows, all of it.
There are also a lot of deals happening now for locals and tourists during the summer months.
Plus, Las Vegas breaks ground on a new Major League Baseball stadium right on the Las Vegas Strip. We were there and have a one-on-one interview with the team's owner.
All this and more coming up right now on Vegas Revealed.
Vegas Revealed, presented by Galindo Law, starts now.
Welcome to Vegas Revealed. It's Dana Roselli along with Sean McAllister, and we are sitting at episode 276. Sean and I back from a few days out of town, getting adjusted. When we're recording this podcast, the weather's been beautiful. I think it's going to get hot by the time this drops, but it's a nice little June break, I feel like.
Well, it's like just one of those little dips
where
it puts us back down into the high 80s, 90s, and it's the absolute perfect temperature to be outside in Las Vegas.
It really is. It's been nice. We had the brand new baseball stadium that's coming our way on the Las Vegas Strip. We had the groundbreaking ceremony, and you and I were saying it was very early in the morning, but usually in the the middle of the summer, you wake up at whatever, even if it is 6 a.m., it's still
still
99
90 plus. Yeah.
But it was so nice to have that groundbreaking ceremony with it being in the 80s.
Well, it was not only in the 80s, but it was inside a tent.
Yes.
With air conditioning.
Oh, that was beautiful.
I was a little worried we were going to get out there on that dirt construction site and there was going to be, dust flying around. We were going to be all sweaty and then just look like big mud monsters afterwards.
Yeah, I was careful with what shoes I wore, all that, because I thought, okay, I might have to wash these off, put them in the, no. I wore gray and white and an A's hat to this, and then I realized that I matched Stomper, the mascot, because it's an elephant with gray fur. He was wearing a A's hat and a white jersey, and so I was looking back at the picture I took with him, and I was like, I literally look like Stomper. Do you know what I'm talking about? I'm going to show it to you.
Minus the yellow hair.
Minus the yellow hair. We didn't realize. First of all, I didn't even know Stomper existed. I love Stomper. You were saying the same thing. What a character, literally, he is. He is a great mascot. He was roaming around shaking hands before we got on the bus in the shuttle, and I called his name because I wanted a picture.
Well, it's not even like you called his name. It's not like you yelled across the room like, "Hey, Stomper!"
Right.
You just kind of mentioned his name. You were like, "Oh,
should I
Stomper!"
Right. Or didn't I say, "Should I take a picture with Stomper?"
Yeah, and he turned right around. I was like, "My gosh,
no,
that Stomper has bionic hearing."
No, he paused, put his hand to his ear.
To his big elephant ear.
And then turned around slowly. But yeah, see this picture? I look like I've got gray.
Oh, you and Stomper
I look like an elephant.
Matching.
Literally, because I just got back from a week of eating and drinking.
Oh,
so.
Stop it. Your outfits matched.
All right. Well, that's all over the place. Anyway, let's get to the groundbreaking. We've got a couple other things to talk about as well. But, since we started talking about it, we might as well just get into it. First of all, we put something up on TikTok and everyone's fighting back and forth as usual. And I chimed into some of the comments, but it's hard. There are people who still don't believe it's going to happen. They don't believe we're getting a baseball stadium on the Strip. Even looking at this elaborate groundbreaking ceremony that we had, I don't really. I say, listen, this is what we know. We talked to the president. He said I wouldn't be here if we weren't, building a stadium. And the team
president of the A's.
The president of the A's. We're sitting there, the governor's speaking, our Congresswoman, Dina Titus. I'm looking at all the faces and officials, and I'm going, okay, well, would everyone put their face to this if it wasn't going to happen? But I know there's a lot more to it when it comes to money and all that, and always anything can happen. However, I do feel like Vegas knows how to get creative, and if they really want something, if this city really wants it, they'll find a way to make it work.
they'll find a way to make it work, and they'll find a way to make it work really well.
Yeah.
And whether it's, something that we may not stick to the original plan, but we pivot really well here in Las Vegas to make sure that things do end up working out in the long run. So with that said, there was a ceremonial groundbreaking over there at the site of the new A's baseball stadium. It's also the former site of the Tropicana Hotel and Casino, which was imploded several months ago. That site is now cleared in a big lot. But we did. At this groundbreaking, we pulled aside the owner of A's baseball, John Fisher, and talked to him about what it means to hit this milestone and what we can expect in the months and years to come.
What are the feelings, emotions that you have going on?
Yeah, well, these projects take so much longer than you think they're going to take, right? You just think, I can snap my fingers, the stadium will be designed, we'll have everybody hired, it'll be financed, we can start construction. But the reality is these things take an awful long time. There's a ton of people, hugely important people who are involved in that. Locals, people within the A's organization as well. And so to see all of that, all come together, and now to be where we are at groundbreaking, with our stadium being built and opening in 2028 is a dream come true for me.
So I think all eyes are going to be on this construction site as it progresses and rises up out of the ground. But aside from obviously the entertainment aspect of having a Major League sports team here, what else does Major League Baseball bring to a community like Las Vegas?
Well, baseball is this incredible game, right? Because we play 162 games a year. 81 of them are at home. So that's double what basketball plays. It's double what hockey plays. And so when you actually look at it, baseball attracts more fans per year than football, basketball, and hockey combined. And so when you say, what does that bring to a place like Las Vegas? It brings fans from New York and Kansas City and Cleveland and Cincinnati and Miami, San Francisco and LA. And all of these fans can come in, and they can come in for a 3-game series, a 4-game series. They can enjoy themselves. They can cheer for their own team, or they can cheer for the A's. And I think that over time, as we build our relationships and connections to the community, fans here are going to appreciate and kind of look at this sort of rivalry of fans coming into our Vegas stadium, and we want to show that this is our house. So yeah.
And how about price point? Is this going to be an affordable option for locals here to come out and support the team?
Yeah. So we're going to have a mix of. Our stadium is 33,000 capacity, and we're going to have a mix of different price points. So we hope that everybody, families, etc., will be able to come to and enjoy our games.
And what will this stadium have that no other stadium in Major League Baseball has?
Wow. Well, if you turn behind, and I don't want to take my eye off of you, right? But you can see this in the background. We're going to have the largest cable net glass wall that looks right out onto the strip. And we have these other clear story windows throughout the whole stadium. So even though we're a fully enclosed, temperature-controlled ballpark, which is important here in Las Vegas when we play so many of our games during the summer, it's going to feel, and we hope it's going to feel like you're outside. And so the window is something that is truly unique in sports, and we think that everybody in the stadium and the cameras are going to be looking out at Vegas every time they see us play.
And I've already tried the popcorn that you have here today. Is this the recipe that's going to be served on game day?
That is a really good question, and I'm not accustomed to saying I don't know. but I'll start with the popcorn. I don't know. But if you like it, we'll make it happen.
Let's keep it. It's a good recipe.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, that was the first time I've ever had popcorn at 8:30 a.m., but I loved it.
Wasn't it so good? I was like, okay, if we're talking to John Fisher, I need to ask him about this popcorn recipe because it was just so good and buttery, but not like greasy.
Yeah. The hard-hitting questions, right?
Hard-hitting questions.
Everyone's wondering if the stadium's going to, definitely get built. We're like, hey, how's the popcorn?
Listen, we were in a room full of sports reporters, and not a single other person, I don't think, asked about the popcorn.
But some good questions that you did ask. I actually learned a lot I was filming that interview for our TV show. You were doing the questions, and I thought, okay, it was good to hear from him one-on-one. We've interviewed him with a bunch of other people, but we've never had him one-on-one to be able to answer some of the questions about the hopes for this adventure that's coming to Las Vegas of a Major League Baseball team coming here, a stadium that's going to sit on the Strip, a state-of-the-art stadium, which is always cool, and all the things that could be coming our way. So I liked hearing his take, and I know there are a lot of opinions out there, but I always like to kind of make my own assessment, and I felt like it gave me a good indicator.
Yeah, I'm fingers crossed because I think it will be a good thing for our city to have a professional baseball team here, to have another facility that can host concerts and events. Mm-hmm. It's a multi-purpose facility. It's not just baseball that we're building this stadium for. So I like to always cheer for things to go ahead and be successful. So
yeah,
I think we both have that mentality. So that's what we're going to do here too.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people are looking at like, well, the Athletics have had such a, rocky history and this and that. But one thing I did pick up on, and I think it was John Fisher when he was at the podium, he was talking about how they've hired brought on a bunch of players that they think are young and have like big major potential. So I'm wondering if they're like, okay, let's look 4 years ahead and not quite concentrate on the now. And there is a vision when they sit down at the table of life and they see a World Series.
They do
in
see
their
it.
eyes,
Absolutely.
And all this stuff. So it's like, I don't know, maybe there's definitely a plan.
There is a plan.
There's definitely a plan. We had a lot of fun. It was great to run into a lot of people, and Vegas, when we have events, no matter what, they are just top of the line. And I think we didn't expect that. Like you mentioned, we thought we were getting on this little shuttle bus and going to a dirt lot. And
no, we got onto a bus that's like, if you're going on a giant tour of the Grand Canyon or like a bus trip across the country, it was a big bus. It wasn't just an airport shuttle.
No, it was not. And we even got a little encased baseball with the A's logo on it and some dirt from the actual site in there. So
I wonder whose job that was.
I know.
To pack up the baseballs with the dirt from the old Tropicana site.
I know. Oh my gosh. What a great event. Great interview with John. We also interviewed one of the builders. We'll have that coming up. Interesting take on just what that stadium is going to be like. Like we keep saying state of the art. It is. Oh, by the way, someone on TikTok did say like, I can't wait for all those games in the 100-degree heat, and all this. And I was like, well, the stadium is not open air.
No.
It's closed. There'll be air conditioning. There will be a glass, I think like half of it, glass dome where you'll be able to see the Strip. And we'll have more details on that to come with the interview with the builder. But FYI, don't worry. It's not outside.
No, you're not going to sit there, be sweaty and burned.
No.
They did think ahead and plan for the Las Vegas summer.
Mm-hmm.
If your insured Texas home was damaged by hail or hurricane in the past 2 years, listen closely. You could still be owed more compensation for home repairs, even if you have received an insurance check. Galindo Law is here to help you with a free claim review. Let us review your case and help you get the financial compensation you may deserve. Call 1-800-251-1533 or visit galindolaw.com.
Hey, last week we did a episode. We hit the booze district in Henderson, and then we also talked a little bit about Vegas influencers, and we interviewed Vegas Starfish. We did get a viewer Fan mail comment, which was nice, said they love the show from Salt Lake City. So, hey, Salt Lake City, Utah. Thanks for writing in. Said they have an open mind about influencers. Specifically, they were talking about Vegas Starfish. They like a lot of her content, but some of the things that they don't like. So we appreciate everyone sharing your thoughts. That's what we hope that you will do with us constantly. We like to read feedback and know your take, and we like for you to participate.
And to give us that feedback, just click on that link down in our show notes, and you can send us a text message with your thoughts, ideas, comments, feedback. And if you want to include your first name when you sign off, that's always great because we don't get any other information than what you provide in your text message. So we do like to know who our messages are coming from.
Right, exactly. Hey, we have a lot of Las Vegas deals happening, and we're going to get to that in our tips. But first, we want to let people know about what is happening on 4th of July. It may seem like it's a long ways away, but it's not. It's like, what, a week
right around the corner.
Or a week. Well, after this drops, like a week.
Yeah.
We're already there, folks.
It'll be 1 week away. The countdown's on.
You got to plan because there are a lot of things going on. So you want to do like a quick rundown of everything happening. We know we have a lot of locals that listen, a lot of people that come in. Maybe you're thinking about driving in from California or something. A lot going on as usual. 4th of July is great here in Las Vegas.
Yeah, starting at the M Resort, which is on South Las Vegas Boulevard. If you're driving in from Southern California, it's one of the first things that you see coming into the Las Vegas Valley. They're doing the Red, White, and Boots celebration over there at M Resort. It's a 15-minute firework display that's going to start at 9 p.m. They have a VIP area where you can watch. There's reserved pool areas starting at like $35. They're going to have a bunch of stuff going on over there at M Resort.
Right. And then there's the free public viewing. You find a spot and, it's up in the air. And a lot of the fireworks displays as we run through this actually are happening at 9. So we're going to see fireworks all over the valley, which is kind of cool. I like when it's all at once at the same time.
Both big displays and the illegal personal displays that we see popping off.
I know. Those are always a pain, especially for folks that have pets.
Yeah, that's me.
Like you.
He's going to his daycare.
Yeah.
They put on a big party to block out the noise.
Oh, good. Do they play music? What do they play?
They do. They play music. They have
what kind of music?
I don't know. I've never been.
I know. Well, I feel like we need to find out what the playlist is.
I will. I will do that and report back.
Well, speaking of dogs, weenies and bikinis is happening at Stadium Swim.
Hot dogs.
I love the name. Circa at Stadium Swim always comes up with fun names.
They do.
Yes, hot dogs. I was thinking of, a dog. Weenies and bikinis at Stadium Swim. Sounds like a hoot, as us old people say. They're doing two things.
A hot dog eating contest.
They have a hot dog eating, but they
and
also
a bikini
have
contest.
Right. They have the red, white, and poolside blue you're supposed to wear and strut your stuff in the latest styles of bikinis and whatever, women, men, couples, the whole nine. Anyway, they're doing this whole thing. Then they've got the hot dog eating contest, which is always a big deal.
Oh, it's a 5-minute. How many hot dogs you can eat in 5 minutes?
Can you believe that?
Oh, that just made my stomach sink.
I know.
I wouldn't be a good competitor.
Cash prizes, though.
Well, the cash prize it's good. A good incentive.
$2,500 for first place, $1,500 for second, and $1,000 for third. So not bad.
Not bad at all.
Weenies and Bikinis begins at 5:00. The party will continue with the fireworks display right across the street at the plaza. You'll be able to see it. General admission tickets are available for $30, and seating upgrades can be purchased as well. So weenies and bikinis. Sorry, I went off the rails there. I could edit that whole segment,
sorry.
but
No.
Start over. But I don't feel like it.
Don't be sorry.
Okay,
that was fun.
All right.
It's not every week you get to talk about weenies and bikinis. Hey, over at Rio, they're also turning up their Americana spirit with their red, white, and boots. This is a 2-day 4th of July weekend experience. They're doing a night swim. There's rooftop viewing at the Voodoo Lounge of fireworks. On Saturday, they're also doing a country-themed tribute concert with performances honoring country legends like Garth Brooks, Luke Bryan, Kenny Chesney. It's not going to be those guys. It'll be people singing their music. That party kicks off at 8 p.m. You can go to the Rio's website for more information about that one.
I mean, I like a good tribute concert.
So do I.
You just hear all the hits. We don't have to worry about like someone debuting new music. I mean, I hate to be rude, but unless, I like new music sometimes. But sometimes I'm like, oh, we got to get through the new music song.
Until you get to the ones that you actually know the words to.
Anyway, that sounds like a lot of fun. So it looks like the M and Rio both naming their 4th of July events Red, White, and Boots. So there you have it.
Popular theme this year.
Well, so are hot dog eating contests because the Strat is having one as well. Their first ever hot dog eating contest, in fact. They're hosting a 4th of July fireworks viewing party from the top of the tower. Can't beat that view. The Strat Tower's indoor and outdoor observation deck party begins at 5. It's $55 for adults and $35 for children. But here's the deal. Here's what you get. You get the observation deck admission. Because remember, Sean, you even went up there and you had to pay recently.
Yeah, you do.
So that's waived and included in the ticket price. You get hot dogs and chips, party favors, face painting, a live DJ, and then you get to witness the first ever hot dog eating contest. So it sounds like a good time.
Total sidebar, but I just had friends who are out of state on vacation and they went to a little local fair and they sent me pictures of the face painting that their kids had done, and it was the worst face painting I had ever seen in my life.
Oh my goodness.
This, I imagine, is going to be good face painting.
I think so. That is funny. That's like something you'd see on Pinterest.
It was a
like a cake decorating fail.
Face paint fail. But I mean, the kids, they don't care. They're just running around with this awful
now we know.
Art on their face.
When times get tough with Vegas Revealed, we can open up a face painting booth.
There we go.
And you know what? I think we'd do a pretty good job.
I think so. Hey, if you're down Center Strip, Caesar's Palace always does a huge firework display. Those are being set off at 9 p.m. as well. And there are lots of different places where you can watch from. You can watch from the sidewalk right there on Las Vegas Boulevard. Also, a bunch of restaurants within the Caesars family are great places as well.
Yes. Caramellis Terrace at Planet Hollywood, great spot. Giada at the Cromwell, Gordon Ramsay Burger at Flamingo. They all have food and drink packages available. And actually it starts early in the day. So you can go, I think even Gordon Ramsay Burger is doing a buffet, and it's all included with the price that you pay to get in. But check out Caesar's website. You do need a reservation for all of that. Obviously to stand on the sidewalk and watch, that's free. But if you want to go to any of these establishments, now they just sent us an update at their pool. They are having a viewing party as well.
Right.
And that's for a fee, a ticket to get in. They're going to have some roaming bites from all the different restaurants, cocktails included and stuff like that. So lots of different things you can do to watch the fireworks at Caesar's Palace. If you really want to be close and want a good spot, it might be worth just locking in the ticket and going and enjoying the day and night.
I've gone over to Caesars to watch the fireworks from the pool in the past.
I feel like I've seen you there.
Yes.
I feel like it was 15 years ago.
It was a long time ago.
I remember this night. We all got invited for some reason. They were doing something special. I can't remember. Maybe it
was for the 50th anniversary.
Oh, I think it was.
Of Caesars.
I think it was. I kind of remember. Because Sean and I have been friends a long time, but we were on opposite shifts. We didn't see each other a lot.
No, just at random poolside firework events.
I remember that. Yeah, maybe 10 years ago.
It definitely, it was right around that. But It's a great location.
It is.
And a great vantage point to take in those fireworks. If you're a Las Vegas local, or if you're coming to town and staying off the Strip, the Station Casino properties are also going to be putting on amazing displays as they do every year. They'll be setting off fireworks from Red Rock, Green Valley, and Durango. Each of those properties is also doing a poolside viewing party. You can get tickets at stationcasinos.com/fireworks. And they'll have all the information there about what to expect.
Yeah, they do a great display, like you said, and they do it every year, and that's at 9 o'clock too. Everything's at 9 o'clock. The Plaza having their fireworks. At first they said 9 o'clock, then I saw something that said 9:15, then someone said around 9, so I feel like the Plaza's fireworks will go off around 9.
Be ready at 9 and stay ready.
Right, stay ready. They're saying this is going to be the biggest firework display they've ever done, so that's exciting.
All right.
Because they usually have the summer Friday night fireworks anyway,
Right.
and 4th of July is on a Friday, so they got to do something that'll make it different. Well, let's go big. Also, keep in mind there'll be some road closures around the plaza, so plan ahead if you want to get down there. I don't think you can just whiz into your normal spot. You might have to do some maneuvering.
Yeah. In addition to fireworks, there are a lot of shows happening here in Las Vegas as well. Kelly Clarkson is going to debut her first residency show over at the Coliseum at Caesar's Palace. She did a separate residency before over at Planet Hollywood, which I went and saw, and Kelly Clarkson is great. Such a fantastic live singer. But she is doing July 4th and 5th over at the Coliseum.
Yeah, so she'll be there both nights for the weekend. That's a great time to kick off. I think it's called Studio Session, so I wonder what it'll be a little bit different maybe than the one she did at Planet Hollywood.
Yeah.
Some sort of twist to it, right?
A lot of hits, too, I bet.
That'll be good. The Weekend is coming in for the weekend. Well, not quite the full weekend. And I'm laughing, but it's not funny for those who had tickets. He did actually have to cancel one of the shows, and he canceled Friday, July 4th. So the Weekend will be at Allegiant Stadium July 5th. That show is still going on, but I think he had announced July 5th, then added July 4th. Now they've taken July 4th off the roster. But Allegiant Stadium holds a lot of people, and I see on Twitter everyone talking. A lot of people are coming in for this concert.
Yeah. Also, people coming in. They'll be hanging tough. Over 4th of July weekend because New Kids on the Block are back at Dolby Live over at Park MGM. They just recently kicked off their residency over there. So New Kids will be back Saturday, July 5th.
And it looks incredible.
It really does.
We need to get there. But I was reading some of the facts, like all this like confetti and streamers. They have a car rollout, a convertible. They have a train car. They rise above you in like 5 separate boxes, each member.
Boy band pods.
Yes, exactly.
And they float around up in the sky.
Oh my gosh. It looks incredible. People seem to really enjoy it. And I could tell they loved doing it. I even saw a clip of Donnie Wahlberg, I think, shedding some tears. He was so happy that they were able to do this. And anyway, yeah, like you mentioned, Saturday, July 5th, and then they return in the fall. So they'll be back. They must have some separate things they got going on because I feel like this is just getting started. Like, let's keep it going. But they're taking a break, and then they'll be back in the fall.
And total sidebar, let's get through the rest of these performances, and then let's talk about Jenny McCarthy.
Yeah, let's do it. Okay, Chelsea Handler is going to be over at the Chelsea at Cosmopolitan on Saturday, July 5th, too. I know you saw her do stand-up there, and you said it was fun, right?
So good.
Okay, and then Marquee Nightclub is hosting a nighttime pool party through the weekend. And here's the special one, because we always talk about it. We just love DJ Pauly D. He is doing Friday, July 4th, the nighttime pool party at Marquee.
Cabs are here! I love Pauly. He is just the nicest guy, always so happy and friendly. Pauly D is great.
Well, now, it's great when he does like nighttime pool parties because that means in the daytime you have time to go to the gym, do your laundry.
And get your tan.
And then go
get your GTL on.
Oh, my gosh. Okay, we're going to talk about... Okay, but let's quickly... Okay, so that's 4th of July. They're in Kygo is over at Palm Tree Beach Club. There's so much more going on. That is a full rundown for 4th of July, though. A lot going on. Let's quickly mention a new headliner that was just announced. Dolly Parton coming to the Coliseum for NFR week. And I think it's perfect in December. She's going to do all her hits. You had said to me on the side, you're like, I don't think she's ever really performed on the Strip, at least not for a long time. And I think we were reading the release and it said, yeah, she hasn't really done like a continuous like a consecutive day type of show for like 35 years.
Yeah, I mean, last time I had tickets to see her down in Laughlin. Last time she was around these parts, but I couldn't go because I had a charity thing that I had to go to. But she's coming back December 4th, 6th, 7th, 10th, 12th, and 13th. So pretty much the entire run of NFR, Dolly's going to be headlining at the Coliseum at Caesar's Palace. I cannot wait for this.
Yeah, and if people don't know, it's National Finals Rodeo. Sometimes we do the short
Oh,
name,
yeah, I
and
forget.
I always think like there's people around the world that might not know that. So yeah, it's perfect for the rodeo. Like you said, it's going to be great. I mean, it's what a perfect. Well, we have so many country artists in town that week. I wonder if a lot of those people will hit up Dolly one night and be there at the Coliseum.
There will 100% be celebrities in the crowd at her shows.
Right.
Whether it's other country artists or just other well-known people who just can't get enough of Dolly.
Can't get enough of Dolly. Okay, so Dolly's coming to the Coliseum in December. Excited about that. What did you just say you were going to mention?
Jenny McCarthy.
Oh, yes.
So we were talking about New Kids on the Block. Donnie Wahlberg and Jenny McCarthy are obviously, they're a couple. And so when they came to town, Dana, you sent me this video.
I was like, wow, what an endorsement for Barry's Prime, which is awesome. She absolutely loved Barry's Prime at Circa.
Did this whole video about it.
Loved it. She would like ask Donnie, like rate the restaurant 1 to 10. He was like 400.
42,892.
She said they don't they don't make restaurants like this anymore. And she had a lot of good points. I mean, Barry's is great. There's so many restaurants in Las Vegas. You and I say this all the time. It's hard to even get to one of them more than once.
Yeah.
I love Barry's. Been there a few times, but it reminded me. That's how influencing works. I'm like, I got to get back to Barry's.
I know. It's
so
been
good.
too long. I've not been back there in a really long time. And
then she was like, go up
Chef
to the
Barry,
Legacy Club.
Yes. But he always has had such great places.
Yes, it is cool. There's something about it that you walk in there, you feel special, you feel cool. It's like intimate, and it's like old school, but new school. There's a lot. They got a lot going on over there at Barry's. I love it. But yeah, Jenny McCarthy did really pump it up, so that was fun. And along with Donnie Wahlberg, who's in town, for the shows.
We were excited to see that they were excited.
I know.
To have their spot here in Vegas.
It's fun when you see like a local or like a celebrity influencing on local things for us.
Yes.
That was fun. All right, well, let's do some tips now.
All right, we're starting our tips with a restaurant that was on the Strip for a long time, and it just opened a new location. They moved to the Arts District in downtown Las Vegas. It's Holstein's. Holstein's Burgers and Shakes. They were at Cosmopolitan for a long time. It's one of my personal favorites. I love their burgers, and I love their boozy shakes.
Yeah, you always talk about those. I've never had one.
I feel like they were they were one of the first restaurants to really have a full lineup of boozy shakes on their menu.
Yeah.
And it's so good. Anyway, they are now down on South Main Street in the Arts District, and they do happy hour. Get this, every day from 3 to 6, every weekday. That is.
I like that because sometimes happy hours stop at 5.
This gives you a good 3-hour time frame.
It does.
To take advantage.
All right. Burgers and boozy shakes.
Burgers and boozy shakes.
That's so Vegas.
It really is. And it's all so good.
There are so many summer deals. We don't have time to mention them all. Let's just say, I think we're all aware of, people are not hopping on a plane like they used to. They're not spending money as they used to, maybe to travel as much. However, some still are. It's just kind of like hit or miss these days. So there are a lot of deals out there to get people to come out, enjoy themselves, help you have a good time. And we have a full list on our website.
Yeah, and this is specifically for Las Vegas locals to take advantage of. And we're talking about deals of up to 25% off at not only resorts on the Las Vegas Strip, but in downtown Las Vegas and in Laughlin. Plus, there are discounts on Las Vegas attractions as well. So go to our website, vegas-revealed.com, and scroll down to the blog, and there's a full list. The list is so long, we didn't even venture to try and run through it because it would take another half hour.
I know. There are a lot. Like there's even like 20% off at the Sphere for Clark County residents in Nevada. So I mean, there's a lot going on. And the different resorts have packages. And yeah, good point to mention. It's for the locals. And what I meant was people aren't really traveling here, so we want the locals, as much as usual. Possibly right now, depends on the weekend. But they want locals to be able to not have to leave and staycation and take advantage of all the things that Las Vegas has to offer and save you some money.
Although I have seen that room rates right now on the Strip are really, really good.
Oh,
so
good.
Check that out.
All right.
And plan ahead if you don't have a trip planned right now.
I saw Resorts World did drop resort fees for everyone through, I think, mid-September. And then they also dropped the paid parking, I think, through the end of August or something like that. For now, we'll see if they extend it. But so some good deals there too. Deals everywhere. So we talked about this, I think it was a couple weeks ago. Like it seems like everything's expensive, and it is. Things are expensive right now for everyone, But if you put in the research, you can really find a way around it and to get to some good deals and to balance things out. So, hey,
maybe grab a bikini and a weenie.
A bikini and a weenie and go to the 4th of July party. We could go on and on. We're going to do a whole thing on Chinatown. There's a bunch of different attractions that have opened on the Strip. One at Mandalay Bay, one at MGM Grand, but we'll probably save that for next week.
Yeah, talk about reasonable prices. Chinatown is the place to go.
I know. It was fantastic. Hey, side note, Deals, VegasNearMe, the app that sponsors our podcast. I did go to the deals page to see what they had going on recently, and I noticed they have a lot of great deals. So download the app. It's free. You don't need a username. You don't need to put in your email. Hours, Ubers, book show tickets, even where the bathroom is in a hotel casino, you can find in the VegasNearMe app. It's pretty crazy how much information is in there, and they have a deals page. So I don't know if people knew that, but they have a long list of different stuff going on there. So make sure that you have VegasNearMe on your phone, in your pocket at all times when you're planning a trip to Vegas or when you're here on the ground. Right. And a big shout out to Galindo Law for sponsoring us on TV and also our audio podcast. You can go to galindolaw.com or call them at 800-251-1533. I'm going to the Sun Club at the Fontainebleau this week too, so I'll let you know how that is. Looks fun over there at the pool area, so stay tuned. It does, very exclusive. So we'll have more on that next week here on Vegas Revealed, and we'll talk to you then. We have an update from one of our sponsors, the VegasNearMe app. They are constantly working to add more information. We tell you that all the time. The app is free. We also tell you that. But gosh, when we get these updates, it really is incredible how much information is inside. Yeah, VegasNearMe has recently partnered with Vegas.com to get you the best prices on show tickets. In fact, they have over 1,000 shows listed inside the app. And also, we know sometimes you need a quick break or a familiar go-to when you're in Las Vegas. And they do have more than 1,400 chain restaurants and stores listed in there. They have more than 8,000 individual locations, so you can find them. We're talking Walgreens, Starbucks, fast food, you name it. And we all love to save money, don't we? Well, VegasNearMe is going to help with that, too. Right now, they're offering 50% off of shows at Jimmy Kimmel's Comedy Club, plus a $99 bottle package at Crazy Horse 3 for up to 4 people, including transportation. Yeah, that's a good deal. And there's lots of other deals in there, too. So get in and look around. VegasNearMe is free. You don't have to put in your email. Download it in the Google or Apple App Store. Hours, locations, even the length of shows are in there. It's really good. You can even find live music, kid-friendly activities, maps of inside the hotels and casinos. It really is a lot of information in your hand.
It is. Vegas Near Me. Download it today.